Okay, so far I went ahead and I called 3, 4 times. They're not even answering their phone. So I called Family Promise for they're supposed to support families, providing them with home, shelter, food, and this and that until they get up on their feet. So I called them and I left them a detailed message explaining my situation, telling them that where I am is only temporary. I just moved into Akron like 3 weeks ago, so I'm struggling and I need something stable, mentally, physically, emotionally, you know. So you know, so I told them that and told them that I had a son and I just need somewhere to get up on my feet, somewhere. Um, So then she texted me back. Well, she messaged me back talking about we're in difficult times right now. Can you just go ahead and reach out to the homeless hotline? That is the first time I ever heard a business say they are in difficult times. Basically, you can't. You're not like. Is your business going down? Like, is it something going on with it? Like, I'm confused right now. That's the first time I ever heard that. Like, you reach out to a shelter, and a lot of these shelters is like not answering or anything. Like I reached out to 2 other shelters, they're not answering the phones at all. So I reached out to this shelter. I actually Googled where it's at, and I'm like, oh, so it's like right there. So I was thinking about going there, but good thing I didn't because it's just like, a lot of these shelters aren't providing. I feel like is they going out of business, but then you go to the reviews and stuff, and you see all these good reviews about the shelter and how they helped and this and that. It's like, dang, am I a little bit too late? Like I don't understand. So yeah, she told me that they're in difficult times, obviously, and everything is leading back to the homeless hotline. So that's what I did so far. I'm on the homeless hotline. I already checked in this week, so I have to wait another week to check back in. But until then, I am currently thinking about just, you know, chalking it up and just keep reaching out to homeless hotline whenever I can. I want to get my son in some type of program, like summer program, um, so that I can start working. So I get him into a program, watch him, you know, I guess a summer program, a daycare. Pretty sure they run daycares in the summer. Um, there's a few. There's like a school down the way, down this street. I think it's a daycare right down this street. So I'm gonna look into that one, and there's another one on the other side of the street. It's like probably 10 minutes walking distance, 15 minutes walking distance. I can just drop him off, and then it's right on the bus route where I can just hop on the bus and continue, going to any job. So that's what I'm thinking about doing next. I want to do next, because I do too much thinking already. So that's what I want to do. I want to get him into some type of summer school, summer program, a daycare. I'm hoping that I don't have to go to I might have to. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go through Title 20. So it's always one step. Like you got tunnel vision of what you want to do, but then it's just like all these other things that kind of just hold you back. That's where you gotta just conserve. We gotta learn to conserve our energy. Consume and conserve our energy. So you're not putting too much out there to where, oh, I did all this. I got the Title 20, this and that and the third, and now I'm too exhausted. So it's all about conserving that energy, as well as um, because even if I get the Title 20, guess what I have to do before I get the Title 20? Before I can even apply for Title 20, I have to find a job. So I have to find a job, apply for Title 20. Well, find a job, find a daycare. Yeah, find a job, find a daycare, have the daycare information, and then go apply for Title 20. Be like, I want to get my son in this daycare. I work here, and then they'll give me Title 20. Like, how disorganized is that? How disorganized is that? Like, so, man, it's like that's how it was before. I don't know if it's still that way, and that's what's kind of holding me back. I don't know if it's that way now. You know, like how am I supposed? Like how I feel it should be is that I can get him in daycare first. Get Title 20 since I'm already on welfare. I should already have access to getting him in daycare. So I should be able to get him in daycare. Go find me a job while he's in daycare. So yeah, that's how I feel it should be. Title 20, get him in daycare, and then go find a job. That's how it should be. But I've always been against that setup of daycare, a job, daycare, then Title 20. You know, I always hate that setup because it's just like, what? You know, it was pulling me everywhere. I'm just like, man, this don't even make sense. But now I have to figure out how to go about that situation because, like I said, I can't do anything before. I have to get a job before I do anything. So that's the thing. If I get a job before I do anything, I'm going to have somebody watching my son until I can get him in daycare so that I can watching my son until I get Title 20 because I can't get Title 20 without a job. So I have to have somebody watching my son while I get Title 20, while I'm working and getting Title 20 just to get him into the daycare. Like, man, that's where I'm at, and that's just so freaking confusing. But while I'm doing this, I'll still be on a homeless hotline. So if I go into if I eventually, after all this is said and done, he in daycare, I'm working, I'll have a shelter. Eventually, when they have space in the shelter, I'll get into that shelter, and then from there, I'll just keep working, keep taking him to daycare, and then I'll have enough. I'll have that income to where I can go ahead and apply for low income or income-based housing just until I can pay off what I owe AMHA so that I can get back into AMHA. But at the same time, I don't know if I should do that because, well, I think I should. Like, I would. I think I would. So, yeah, that's the goal. So, I got income-based. I'll be in shelter, but I'm still aiming to get into AMHA. But at the same time, by the time I get to AMHA, he's going to be probably like 11 years old. Like, what am I going to need that for? But it's an option. So, yeah, that's my plan, and that's what I hope I can get this figured out. I've been sitting around procrastinating too much, and it's not even procrastination. It's more so of just, just trying to figure and strategize, everything. Because, like I said, that babysitter is what I need to get my life going. Like, I need someone here to support me while I'm out there, getting a job and getting that Title 20. So then eventually I can take him off their hands and put him in daycare, and I can still go about my situation. But the only thing holding me back is the freaking babysitter, So yeah, I did it before. I don't know how to. Well, I had a car. How did I do that before? Like, I did it before. I don't know how the freak I did it because I didn't even have a babysitter at the time. But yeah, I had a car, so it was more easier. I don't have a car right now, so just like, I don't know. Yeah, that's the only thing. Oh, I think I got him in. Okay, so I did get him into daycare, and they waited on my Title 20. But I had a job at the time, too. So it's like I could get him in as long as I got a job. Because it was easier for me to get the Title 20 with the job. Well, it's easier for me to get him inside the daycare with the job, and then they'll wait on you to receive that Title 20, and then they'll just reimburse. Because the Title 20 will reimburse everything else. So my first step will be getting a job. But like I said, I have to get a job before I even think about getting him into daycare. And this is, like I said, this is where I'm going to need I'm going to need that babysitter. So if any of y'all can help me figure out, send references or resources on what I can do for a babysitter. My storage money is arms and a leg, so I really can't, I really don't have the support to even, do a babysitter. If my aunt don't have a job, though, I could reach out to my aunt and see if she could babysit. I don't know if she's working, though. I don't know her situation. But that could be an option. I don't know. Because I don't know their life. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just have to figure it out. Hopefully something will find me. I know if I go around here, they said they have a Boys and Girls Club around the corner. But I have to look into that a little bit more because it's only for a certain amount of time, the Boys and Girls Club. But if I get him into that Boys and Girls Club, if I'm not too late, I could use that and then go ahead and get my job and do the Title 20, and then I can put him in daycare. That's what I could do, but I got to figure out that Boys and Girls Club. I have to figure out how long and everything, so I need to get my butt up. Now I just need to get my butt up and see if I can see about their Boys and Girls Club and what I have to do, but I don't know if they do it at a charge or anything else. So I got to look into it. I did grab the paper, but I don't know what the paper is. So yeah, I'm just thinking out loud right now, and I'm planning and strategizing, and let's see what I can do. You know, let's try to get this going. Let's try to get this emotion, you know. But yeah. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, be notified, share at your own free will to show you care, and I will talk to y'all next time. Bye.